Social media is one of the most addicting things ever created. You go on it whenever you're bored. You see funny videos, motivation, cringe, and thirst traps for hours a day. Even while you're eating or even lying on your bed, you go on Instagram or TikTok just to fill your boredom. Yet you complain about the insufficient time or the energy to fill your boredom with meaningful work and tasks. I've been a victim of indulging in social media for many times, and whenever I feel a sense of boredom, I go back on my phone, and it just becomes endless scrolling for hours. Since my drive is about improving my life, what did I do? I decided to delete Instagram and TikTok. It was a hard decision for me because I use these apps to create content, and that has been my excuse for a couple of years. But since I've been on a hiatus for a couple of months, even almost a year, of no posting of short content, I have no use of these apps anymore. Before we dive in, remember to subscribe and like the video so more videos like this can come out. So when and what did deleting social media do for me? The first point is that you have more time on a day-to-day basis. Typically, or the average user, spends about 2 hours on social media every single day. When you remove it from your daily routine, or pretty much your day-to-day basis, you freed about 2 hours of your day. So before I deleted social media, I had a lot of classes. I had a lot of work to do, and what I needed to do was find more time on my hands. And when I deleted these apps, I found that I had freed up a lot more time on my hands. And I was also able to complete more work without having to sacrifice more of my sleep. Because sleep is important, you shouldn't be sacrificing your sleep. And when you have more time, you can apply it to more meaningful work. Without wasting my time on social media, I was able to delegate more of my time towards this YouTube channel. And that's because my energy and my productivity isn't being sucked by these apps. I've noticed when I'm on my phone and I have these addicting apps on my phone, time will pass faster and faster. And by the time you notice, it's too late. And the conversation I have in my head is, I could have used that time on more meaningful work. So when you don't waste your time on social media, your time slows down. You get to feel more present in your day, which leads to the second point, you become more present. Without distracting and numbing yourself with social media, you can feel your senses again. They've been awakened. You can hear better, see color a lot more clear, and you just feel more sensitive to things that are coming into your life. And without being bedridden with social media, when you wake up on your phone, sometimes you like to indulge on Reels or TikToks, and that just takes up a lot of your time. So what you'll find yourself doing is you go outside more. You might also exercise more, but the key point is that you get more movement and sunlight in. What I felt after deleting Instagram and a couple weeks afterwards, felt my eyes were able to be more aware. I become more conscious about my surroundings. I pay attention to where everything is, maybe predict about what's going to happen next in front of me. I'm just not numb. My brain isn't numb, and I'm thinking about what is happening currently in this moment. And guess what? From this, become more mindful. If you look around, there's a lot of people who are glued to their phone whenever they're eating or whenever they are with another person. So when you don't have these addicting apps that take away your attention, you start to have more meaningful conversations with other people. It's sad to see that a lot of people in my generation and the generation after me, they're just glued to their phone. It's not great to see that there's no personal connection with the other people. There are no conversations occurring, and it's just a numb sensation. And it's depressing to see. But yeah, like I said, if you don't have these apps on your phone, become more aware of your surroundings, but you'll also be more present with your conversations. Your listening isn't passive as well, you're more active with it, and your attention is towards that thing in front of you. You're not glued to your phone, so there's nothing really holding you back from having an actual conversation. And once I started to have more conversations with other people, which I should keep doing more of, I felt my brain to start to activate more, which leads to the third point. You regain your mental clarity. Social media numbs you. That includes your ability to have higher thinking. From my time on social media, I've seen a lot of opinionated topics or ideas that are just been circulating, people posted on their stories, or it just comes up on your feed. Even the news counts, because the news is opinionated Basically, anything that you see to your day-to-day basis that is media, it is usually opinionated, especially with politics. And when you constantly view opinions, you start to lose your own perspective. In most cases, you forget to empathize with the other side. This is something we see today. People lose their minds if they don't hear what they don't agree with. And these people think that their opinions are absolute because they can only agree on what they recognize. And if they've been constantly seeing these type of ideas on social media and they come across something that doesn't match what they've been seeing, they're going to oppose it. Plus with social media, with all the content that has been circulating, there is always that garbage content that you see. And this garbage content is playing with your mind, because your mind is being fueled with content that has no value, it has no purpose. Plus, since it numbs you because you don't need the ability to think because the information is being spewed into your brain already, you lose the ability to think. You don't really have any more thinking ability because nothing is opposing your view, so you don't have to think on why you support this belief. So conversations build your ability to think, and thinking helps you regain your mental clarity. And with mental clarity, it allows you to increase your focus. And this leads to the fourth point, where you regain intense focus. Since you can think more deeply and you have more time on your hands, you're able to focus for a longer period of time. And you won't be distracted by social media content anymore. What I've seen on campus and sometimes on myself, I go on social media while I do my homework. And this is the least productive thing that you could ever do to yourself, because your attention is being split into two, sometimes three ways. And when you see something good on social media, like I said before, your time goes by faster. And you could have went by 50 videos and then you're like, oh crap, I need to focus on my homework again. But then when you reach that sense of boredom or that hurdle of this homework being sucky, tell yourself that you need to escape this situation because this is a hurdle that you can't really overcome yet. So you go to the easiest thing that makes you feel happy, which is social media. What I've noticed from deleting social media is that I was able to produce higher quality work at a quicker amount of time. Look, you could have social media on your phone even if you do your homework. You'll always have this sense of temptation to reach for your phone and look at it while you do your work. And I'm not going to tell you that this temptation will go away after deleting social media. It'll take a couple of weeks. If you watch my videos, I emphasize that you should keep your phone away from you while you do your work. Even if you have this temptation, your phone wouldn't be there. And after that couple of weeks, once your brain recognizes that your phone isn't there and there's nothing else that will distract you from your work, your focus will start to increase. And what I've noticed when I've used social media in a short period of time, when I think I have the time to check messages and things that people send me, I've noticed that my focus decreases. Like when I go to do my homework after looking at content, my focus is like, okay, I can spend about 10 minutes on this, then I want to go back on my phone. Or I want to do another thing and another thing. And I want to just avoid this work because it's hard. So social media makes your mental toughness weak. You can't have intense focus because you're scared of the work. And you don't have any mental clarity. You can't think straight. You aren't able to think critically. And you're also numb. And when you're numb, you can't feel the sense of urgency. You feel like you're okay. You don't need to change anything in your life because you don't feel your life being wrong. And that's what's terrible about social media. It numbs you, it takes up all your attention and time, it decreases your focus, and it gives you cheap dopamine. Like I said before, it's not easy to delete social media. And look, I'm not perfect. I've re-downloaded Instagram a couple times because I thought I had a lot of time on my hands to look at the things that people send me, or even after my classes are done and during finals week, I thought I had more time to wiggle room some relaxing time. And currently, just to keep up with what people send me, I use Instagram on my computer now. And the ability to scroll on Instagram on your computer is pretty low. So if you still want to use social media, use it on your computer. The scroll function sucks on your computer, so you won't feel the need to keep scrolling and seeing the content that's on there. But yeah, that's just a little compromise because I know a lot of my friends want me to see some things on there and there's updates from schools or organizations that they post on their stories or even in their feed that I need to see, which is sucky. So what I advise you to do if you have never deleted social media is to delete it on your phone. You can check on it on your computer at times, but if you don't feel the need to check on it, then don't check on it. Just keep it out of your mind. Don't think about it. Find a different activity, find a hobby, work out, talk to more people, and then you're all set. Let me know in the comments if you've ever deleted social media, and let me know what your experience was. And if you want to learn how to lock in, then I suggest you to check out this video right here.